Yo, what's up, guys? Back at it again with another quick little YouTube video. This one, I'm trying some switch front slappy nose slides on this little loading dock area. This is a new park in Portland, and yeah, I have a lot of fun riding the trail around there, but I don't have anybody like really follow me. That's kind of where my bread and butter is, so I'll kind of like do these little hits and then leave the park. The whole park, like outside of the park, is really fun. There's like all these trails and they're all slightly downhill, and you can just throw a bunch of flat ground tricks. But this park does get busy pretty fast, like even on a Monday. So anyway, yeah, I was just trying slappy switch front noses. It just kind of like worked out that way. A little slappy nose slide shove out. I was trying a little body varial shove out thing too. Didn't really work out. So yeah, these are pretty specific. Front noses, as anyone can attest, are pretty difficult, and I figure I might as well make it more difficult and do it switch. But I think it's one of those tricks that, like, if you really persist with it and wax the hell out of the ledge, you'll eventually get. The one that I did best actually was when somebody, I wouldn't say they cut me off, but they kind of forced me to alter my path. And I thought about that. I think about that a lot, how like sometimes you think people are getting in your way, but in some ways they're actually kind of helping you and sort of like forcing you to go a way you wouldn't normally. So, you know, just like that Bruce Lee be water thing, like sometimes the universe is pointing you in the right direction, and your own stubbornness can kind of get in the way of that. So you got to be like pretty open-minded about things. So yeah, there's that. And now there's this thing. I wanted to just show you guys the whole cut of it. Looking at it, I do kind of look like an asshole here, but this whole area, there's something about it. Like whenever I'm filming, I think people film there, like people will get kind of kooky and sort of like get in your way. And so you see I've kind of got like a rhythm, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back to it. And all of a sudden this girl came out of nowhere and she lays on the ledge, and this whole family like kind of steps in front of me. And it looks like I'm closer ahead, but I was actually pretty far away from her, and I was going off the edge. They kind of like cussed me out. And the whole reason I was kind of stubborn about that was the previous day it was like a similar thing, and I was just like, you know, I just want to skate. This is a skate park, like. But I think in hindsight, honestly, I should have just asked her to move. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like debating whether putting this up or not, but it's all good. I think other skaters can relate. And so I was trying to slappy nose slide this, like, everyone does it as like a ledge. Everyone always into it. But I'm really trying to figure out how to like slappy nose slide or crook it. And it's kind of difficult. But it's, and there's that lady again. But yeah, that's the video.
welcome to the
All right. We're back with another quick video. Just some slappies. This is a curb spot that it's kind of like an abandoned place. And I went there this Friday, and I've never seen it before there, but there were some drift car racers and like little kids on motorcycles. So stay tuned if you want to see some action with that. I was just trying nose slide slappies. My whole goal is to hold these longer. Somebody said if I open up my left shoulder a little bit more, I'll hold them longer. You can see this is like a main issue. It's been windy for the past 2 weeks or so, and for whatever reason, you can see the leaves blowing around. This corridor was like really gusty, so every time I was going against the wind, it was kind of like throwing me off a little bit. With no slappies or anything with skateboarding, you do have to be like really on point. And there's that kid in the background making like really good contact with the slappy. It's pretty clutch. I'm getting some okay ones. I got like 1 or 2 ones that were, long enough, but getting the shove out there. This is a pretty nice spot for when it's sunny. There's lots of tree shade. Again, it's like an abandoned Albertsons, and when I was driving there, the cops were like parked right next to it, and so I was like, I don't know about it, but there were this family drifting. Anyway, you're about to see some mayhem go down. I'm trying some front nose slappies. Not very good at those, but you can see it kind of like goes up there. There's kind of like a little bit of a bank into it, and I think that kind of helps. It felt like a good angle, but I was still getting stuck on like maybe 4 out of 5 of them. I'm like no idea what was going on. Check this out. You okay, buddy? You okay, buddy? So it was like a really awkward moment, and the family came over, and then I kind of just stopped my front nose there. They kind of were like, I don't know, it was just a really strange thing. Like, I'm not sure if that kid was colorblind or how he didn't see that column, but it was really random that he like came over there and ran straight into it. And I'm still like waxing the curb, not sure what to do. But I pretty much called it a session after that. Actually, you can see from a different angle, it's a Russian family. And then I just wanted to get some lip slides on this little buttery section. And pretty good time. The key to those was really going in like flat. If I did it at any sort of like angle, it wouldn't work. So yeah.